So, welcome. This is how to pronounce any word in English. So, over time, I have learned a couple of tricks that have really worked for all of my students in helping them pronounce any word in English so that they're not scared, shy, anxious about pronunciation in English. So there are three easy steps we are going to cover today. So the first step is we are going to discuss the number of syllables in words. So the number of syllables in words is critical in pronouncing English words correctly. The other thing is the stress on the syllables. So while British and American English are very close, we have stress on different parts of the word. So today you are going to specifically learn English stress on the American way. So in the United States. And then thirdly, is it a long or short sound? That will also help you determine how to pronounce the word in English. Let's begin. So our first step is counting the number of syllables in a word. So the example I have here, every word has a certain amount of syllables. This particular word, acquiesce, has 3 syllables. The easiest way I do it is actually by clapping. So acquiesce. Those are the 3 syllables to the word. And determining the syllables in the word not only makes it easier to pronounce, but it also breaks it down and also helps with where the stress in the word needs to go. Another example, analysis. So you can look, these little dots here indicate the separations of the syllable, as well as these dashes here also indicate the separation of the syllables as well. Analysis. So in this word, we hear 4 syllables. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this next word, cajole. Cajole. 2 syllables. Our next word, apocryphal. Apocryphal. So 4 words. Our second step is to pay attention to the stress on the syllable. So, for example, every word has at least 1 syllable that is stressed. Some words may have more than 1 syllable that is stressed. For the example here, bibliophile, it's stressed in 2 places. So we have bibliophile, which is 4 syllables. And then we have the stress at the beginning of the word, the B, as well as at the F sound, so the PH sound. Bibliophile. So in that, we learn how to pronounce the word properly in the English that we use in the United States. And as I had mentioned earlier, in the UK, they have different stresses on certain words. So that's the difference between the two. Word still means the same, but they stress it differently than we do here in the States. Our next word, disenfranchise. So disenfranchise has 4 syllables, and we can see there's multiple points of emphasis, particularly on the franchise part, and there's a low emphasis on the beginning and the last syllables. Emulsify. So emulsify, we see that the M is stressed and that there's a lower stress on the last syllable. Expunge. We have 2 syllables for that. The stress of the word is on sponge. expunge. So the P sound from X to P. Another thing to keep in mind is it a short or a long sound that you want to pronounce when it comes to the vowel? So for this word, we have fortuitous, fortuitous. And for this one, we have the emphasis on the second syllable, to, and then for fortuitous, fortuitous. Sorry, I can't speak today. So fortuitous, we have just a regular sound. So nothing is drawn out. So it's not fortuitous or anything like that. It's fortuitous. For, fortuitous. Sorry, I cannot pronounce today. All right, let's go to the next one. Hippopotamus. So we see that our emphasis is on the third syllable, and then we have a low emphasis on the first syllable, and that we have short sounds. So there's no long sounds. Now, for the plural, you can see in hippopotami, my is a long sound. So you see that little dash above. Hippopotamus says long sound above. Next one is loquacious. So we have 3 syllables, and then we have their emphasis on the middle syllable with the Q. In addition to that, we have 2 long sounds. So low instead of la. And then we have way instead of just qua. Loquacious. Loquacious. So when you see that little dash above the vowel, it's to emphasize that it's a long sound. Here's the next one. Lugubrious. We have 4 syllables, and then we have the emphasis on the second syllable. Now, sometimes depending on the word, there might be multiple ways to pronounce that word. So sometimes the dictionary will give you an alternative way. So that means that both ways of pronouncing a word are correct. So now let's go ahead and try it. So we have acquiesce. How many syllables do we have? Acquiesce. We have 3 syllables. So the emphasis is on the last syllable, S, and then we have a long E sound in the middle. Acquiesce, 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 acquiesce. All right, this one is a fun one. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 syllables, amalgamation. So we have the emphasis on the M sound, and it's a long A sound, nation. So let's try it. Amalgamation, amalgamation, amalgamation. Very good. Our next one. So we have 4 syllables, it looks like, and an emphasis on the second syllable. And it doesn't look like we have any long sounds, have short sounds. So let's try it. Ambivalent, ambivalent, ambivalent. Very good. Our next one. So we have 4 syllables, and no long sounds. So we have analysis, analysis, analysis. Very good. Well, for this next one, we have 4 syllable sounds. Looks like we have our short sounds, so we're good there. And then the emphasis in the word is on the second syllable. So apocryphal, apocryphal, apocryphal. Ah. So you can see this umlaut above the A, it goes ah instead of p. Apocryphal. Ah, apocryphal, apocryphal. Next is the word, and it has 3 syllables. And we see this time it has a long A sound in it. And then we see the umlaut, which is ah, archaic, archaic. And the emphasis is on the second syllable. Archaic, archaic. Very good. Now this next one, we have 3 syllables. Our emphasis is on the very first syllable with a downward emphasis toward the last syllable. And we know we're going to say ah for the A sound. And then we also see that there's a long sound for the I. So instead of T, we're going to go ta. Okay, let's try it. Archetype, archetype, archetype. Very good. Now let's try this next one. We have 3 syllables. The second syllable is emphasized. So it looks like we have short sounds. So let's try it. Aesthetic, aesthetic, aesthetic. Very good. The next one is just 2 syllables. And we realize we have a short I sound, so b, and then we have a long I sound, ga. So let's try it. Beguile, beguile, beguile. Good. Next one, we have bibliophile. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bibliophile. So we see that we have a short I here. So bi, we have a long E here, E, blay, and then we have a long I here, phi. So let's put it together. The emphasis is on the first syllable as well as toward the end of the word. Biblio, biblia, bibliophile, bibliophile. Very good. Next one, we saw this earlier, 2 syllables, and we have the long O sound, Joe sound. And the second syllable is emphasized. So let's try it. Cajole, cajole, cajole. It's actually the same sound as my last name, Marquita. Joel, long O sound. Very good. Let's go to this one. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 syllables in this. We also have the ah sound with the umlaut above the A. And then we have the sound for camaraderie part. And then we have the the long E sound. So let's try it. So our emphasis is in for the second syllable to the middle of the word. Camaraderie. 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 Very good. All right. So this looks like a big scary word, but it's not. So let's count the number of syllables we have. 1, 2, 3, 4 syllables. The second syllable is emphasized. So we call the upside down E the schwa sound. The uh. So let's try it. So this is a short I, so it's going to be cri, Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum. Very good. Next, we have this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 syllables. So we see in the middle of the word, we have a long O, low. And then we have the umlaut, Q. And then we have the schwa, So and the emphasis is on the Q part of the word, lower emphasis on the beginning. So let's try it. Circumlocution. Circulum, circumlocution. Circumlocution. Very good. Right? The next word we have is 3 syllables. The emphasis is on the first syllable with the ah sound. Ka, ka, and our schwa sound. So let's try it. Emphasis on the first syllable. Cognizant, cognizant, cognizant. Very good. Our next one, 3 syllables, emphasis on our second syllable. And then we see there's a long sound for the A. Contagious, contagious, contagious. Very good. All right. So we are going to give you some tips on how to continue to improve your pronunciation. One way of practicing your pronunciation is with Google. So you can type in pronunciation and then any word you can think of in the English language, and Google will bring up the pronunciation. Now, if you're trying to learn English and how it's pronounced in the United States, then you're going to pick American. So when you pick American, it will show you the breakdown of the syllables, as you can see here, as well as you can play the sound, and the mouth will move to show you what the sound looks like, so how to pronounce it. You can also practice for yourself. So it will let you know if you did well or you didn't do so well. The second way you can practice with your pronunciation is by going straight to the dictionary. I like to use merriam-webster.com. This is for the verb acquiesce. So you get to see the breakdown of the syllables and the emphasis in the words, and if the sound is a long sound. It will also give you the definition as well. And you can listen to them say it here in the States. Well, it's so good to have all of you today, and I hope you have an amazing weekend. I'll see you next time. Visit thisisenglish.org. Thank you.